Hello and welcome to the Federal. Against expectations, Israel Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and Lebanon's Hezbollah have struck a peace deal. To explain its significance, we have with us the Federal's managing editor K.S. Dakshinamurthy, who closely keeps track of international developments. Thank you for joining. My first question is, what does this peace deal actually mean?
This peace deal is significant in the sense that um, you know Israel will now stop attacks on Lebanon, and it'll concentrate on Gaza. So as far as Lebanon is concerned, um, it's a big relief for residents because they've been they've been bombarded with Israeli missiles and strikes for at least with some intensity over the last couple of months. And what it also does is that over the last 1 year, since the time after October 7th, when Israel started targeting Gaza, Hezbollah and Israel have been exchanging rocket strikes, and attacks have been going on, but at a lower intensity. Which a couple of months ago, it raised its it became much more intense, and it effectively ended up destroying a lot of Lebanese residences, commercial establishments, and it brought in a great deal of insecurity to Lebanese. So all that will end now. So it's a from the reports and from the initial responses that we've seen from Lebanon, it's a matter of relief for Lebanon, no doubt about it.
So, as you said, even recently there were, destroying of infrastructure in Lebanon by Israel. So, how did this peace deal actually come about?
Yeah. So the question is, how did Netanyahu and the Israeli establishment, which has been going on this assault quite ruthlessly for the last 1 year, how did why did they suddenly turn around and strike this deal? Now, the reason for this is that number one, Israel has managed to break the back of Hezbollah. They have, its iconic leader, Hassan Nasrallah, is dead. The top brass, many of them have been killed. Many of the fighters were affected with all those pager bombs and walkie-talkie blasts. And what it basically ended up doing was destroying the morale of Hezbollah. And Hezbollah within Lebanon is is an autonomous militia or an army which worked independently of the Lebanese state. So what Israel managed to do was it has managed to in some ways we can even say that managed to in some ways conclusively defeat Hezbollah. Whether it will last, how long it will last, we don't know all those things. But right now, Hezbollah is really down. And the other important thing is the places where to the south of Lebanon, which borders Israel. What it basically does is that the areas which were occupied by Hezbollah earlier will now be occupied by the Lebanese army. And the Lebanese army is a different entity compared to Hezbollah. The Lebanese army is a state army. And the Lebanese army is backed by the United States. The United States actually funds the Lebanese army. So, what it basically means is that Israel is comfortable with the Lebanese army. And since the Lebanese army is going to take the place of Hezbollah, the peace deal it came to fruition. So, it's basically a shift in the power balance and the power structure within Lebanon, which means the Lebanese army will probably once again be given the kind of resources and the strength to become the only army in Lebanon. And as far as Hezbollah is concerned, right now they are out of the picture. So the Israeli establishment or the Israeli state felt comfortable enough to strike a deal because what it means is that they will no longer be attacked from Lebanon.
Okay, this peace deal was actually a surprise, but can we expect or will it pave the way for a similar deal with the Hamas?
Yeah, the other reason why this peace deal was struck is also, it's of course a little speculative, that Trump has come to power in the United States, and he has constantly been saying that he's not for continuation of either this war or the war in Ukraine. So there is also the speculation that Biden somehow wanted to conclude the deal before Trump took over in a manner that is suitable to the US from Biden's perspective. So there was pressure from Biden on Netanyahu to strike a deal with Lebanon. Also because the Lebanese army is, like I told you, funded by the US. So it worked in the US interest. Now, whether this will lead to a peace deal with Hamas is a big question. There is no immediate link between one and the other. So the fight with Hamas as of now looks no sign of stopping. Israel has shown no indication that there will be a similar deal with Hamas, and it continues. And then we just need to wait and see what happens when Trump takes over, whether there will be any kind of a change. But as of now, there is no sign that a peace deal or a ceasefire will be struck with Hamas.
Viewers, for more such analysis on developing stories, please stay tuned with the Federal.